Hi, I'm Olivier Severio, CEO at Sensin US. California apple growers are facing very strong pressure. They need to reduce cost, but also keep fruit quality high. And nutrient management is key, especially nutrients such as nitrogen and calcium, because these nutrients affect fruit growth, storage, and quality. But today the problem is that most growers use lab testing. It works, but it is slow, it is expensive, and it is not done often. So decisions are often late, reactive, and windows of opportunities are often missed. And that's what we do at Sensin. We have a scanner called Nutriscope that measures in real time plant health and nutrients directly in the field. No lab, no waiting. And the way it works is actually quite simple. It's a small spectrometer that emits light in near infrared, visible, and UV. We emit light on the leaf reflects this light back. We measure the reflector, we measure the light emitted back, and using AI, we calculate parameters such as nitrogen, potassium, calcium, pH, redox, Brix, etc., etc. So let me switch to a demo. So let me share my screen. Yes, and so this is the screen that you have. Um, I selected wheat as an example because we have all the measurements available for wheat. So the scanner is already connected. This is a lime tree, so I don't expect a lot of accuracy here. The way it works is that you open the scanner, you clip the leaf that you want to analyze. It's non-destructive, so you can clip the same leaf every day or do perform measurements, and then you launch a scan. So it takes yes, it takes 10 seconds to do one scan. So if you are in the field, we recommend the user to do 15 scans before getting to the nutrients. So 15 scans, you have to count 2-3 minutes of measurements. And voila, this is the interface, how it looks once you finish the scan. So you can safely unclip the scanner, put it aside, and look at your results. So the first screen that you have is actually all the nutrients. So we have like 16 nutrients available. Everything is based on SAP analysis using a laboratory located in the Netherlands called Nova Crop Control. So 16 nutrients, we have the list in our website. Another parameter that we also measure as what we call plant health or redox. It's a set of parameters that include pH, Brix, redox, and conductivity. These are outside of the scope of this grant, but we could consider adding them in a future grant if the first one is successful. One of the parameters that is absolutely unique to us is our ability to measure redox. So pH measures the availability of proton, redox measures the availability of electron. When we combine both measurements, we can calculate the overall level of oxidation of the plant, which is the stress of the plant. And what we see is that when the stress level is at 9 and above, the plant becomes sensitive to disease, heat, pest, etc., etc. While when it's 9 and below, the plant is healthy, can maintain homeostasis, and defend itself against stress. Then for certain crops, we have a decision support system that will actually analyze the data you just scanned, ask additional questions such as the stage of growth of the plant and the condition of your root system, and will make recommendation. So here we are detecting the soil water saturation, which is not strange because I recently watered this lime tree. So that could be the reason. But again, it's a lime tree using wheat, so don't expect accuracy. Okay, so that's for the demo. Let me go back to my screen. Yeah. So to work, Nutriscope needs to be calibrated for each crop. For apples, we are already starting the calibration for Nutriscope for apple in Europe, with more than 500 samples that are committed. These give us a very strong base. And the purpose of this project is to adapt the model for apple to the local condition in California. So for that, we are targeting the collection of 320 samples, which is half of the samples that would be required if we were starting from scratch from California alone. The process is simple. Growers can live in the field. Samples goes to the lab. The lab sends us the results. We match the scan with the lab result, and then we use machine learning to build the models. Because of seasonality issues and a project starting in July, we are anticipating to deliver the result in 2 steps. First, we will try collecting sample as soon as possible and have an initial model completed using what we can collect from California plus the result in Europe to be ready to use in Q1 2027. But then we will ask for a non-cost extension of the project to cover the rest of the growing season that was not covered in 2026, and have an upgraded model available in Q4 2027 at no additional cost. So once the calibration is completed, grower can scan at any time. There is unlimited scan numbers. They can, measure in real time whatever they need. They get the result instantly instead of waiting for days or weeks for lab result. And this will help them to make faster decisions, to not miss windows of opportunity and use input more efficiently. So we are ready to start, and we start with a strong base because there is a calibration already in progress. The method is proven, the tools are ready. So with your support, we can bring real-time measurements monitoring in California Apple to California Apple growers in Q1 2027 and Q4 2027. Thank you very much.